Yeah, I'm feeling it more and more these days, let me tell you.
Yeah, I spoke to a lady yesterday who used to write, or was a broadcaster for one of the majors on a local affiliate.
Yeah.
But she had been out for about 10 years, and I asked her how much of the news now, because you see my question of the day, right?
Sure, see that, yeah.
I had a question to her, and she said, oh, about 50–60% of it is lies. Obviously, she's been out for a while.
Yeah, yeah.
You know.
It's gonna rinse out a little bit.
Yeah, indeed. So you report the news, or how do you? What do you?
I write commentary. I used to be the political editor. Same firm that owns the Times Pick. That's Advance Publications. I'm Staten Island Advance. So.
And how long? So you've been in the business a while?
I've been in the business since the late '80s. Yeah. So I've been writing opinion for the last 2 or 3 years.
What are some of the changes you see?
The phone.
Yeah.
Photographers got it in the neck first because now you don't need them anymore. People want slideshows. They don't want to read anything more than 300 or 400 words. Less than that. I've come to the belief that the guy who did USA Today was a prophet, because you see what USA now is all lists, graphs, and that's what. And unfortunately, that was probably what people wanted 40 years ago too. We just didn't know.
Well, in actuality, this has all been programmed. I mean, they don't call it programming for nothing.
Yeah.
If Hitler had TV, we'd all be speaking German right now.
Because it was powerful, yeah.
Oh, well, but let me ask you the effect, because of what you just pulled out. The mainstream media in the last poll I saw had a 6% approval rating.
Yeah, if that.
But here's the disconnect, and maybe you can help me bridge this, because you're in the business, right? Even though you wouldn't walk into a restaurant with a 6% approval rating, there's still a large majority of people, or there seems to be a lot of people still believing the bullshit they hear on the news and the TV, corporate-owned news.
People are starting to get news from other sources.
That's the
Of maybe, and if that's good or bad, I don't know if anybody even knows yet. But yeah, it's a slanted perspective that they're getting. I don't know if everybody quite realizes how slanted.
Well, you're gonna see how much of it is true in 3 weeks.
What do you predict?
The only thing that would surprise me would be a Trump blowout. A blowout for her, frankly, would surprise me a little bit. We may not know that night. That's what I've been telling people. You may not know. I mean, it may make Florida look like a church social after we get done with it. There's 3 or 4 states that are in balance.
But what the difference is, what I see here, though, is Trump has got an army of lawyers, election professionals.
So do they.
He's willing to fight in ways that maybe hasn't happened.
So you think she's going to cheat? You think she's going to get it?
I don't even know what qualifies as that anymore. I mean, having people there, having voter ID, people with ID cards. Just like New York City, everyone's got an ID card now, municipal ID card. Whether they're legal or not. So can they vote? Can they do? So you don't know.
Yeah.
But I mean, I would expect him to do very well.
So how much readership are you reaching? What's your paper? What's the name of your paper?
Staten Island Advance, daily newspaper. So we're probably getting around about 800,000 clicks a day. The print is like 20 or 30,000 daily. It's dying. But I'm still hearing from people, especially people between the ages like 50 and 70. They still read print product all the time.
I wrote for a local newspaper here. There's a political satirical rag called the New Orleans Levy. We don't hold anything back. So I did that. Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, it was.
That's a good tagline.
Like
And we got up to about 100,000 readership at our peak after Katrina, and it was just a monthly rag. So it was pretty cool. I actually have politicians afraid of me here because they're not that large here.
Yeah.
You get 100,000 readers, you get That's been out of print for 5
Well, we
years.
tried to pull out the Times Pick, and then we had to come back in. They're like, oh, we're not going to deliver anymore. We're not going to have it 7 days a week. Then they're like, maybe we should have it a couple more days a week because we realized we were like abandoning the business.
Now, you say most of your readership are on Staten Island or more?
Print readers are more of your, the print readers it's all Staten Islanders, and they're all like your 50 to 70. Right now, it's probably,
And where are they leaning? Where are they leaning?
That was Trump's biggest county in the primaries. They had 82% in the GOP primary. They're Democrats and they vote Republican. The Democratic, cops. The typical family is a cop married to a nurse, firefighter married to a school teacher. municipal veterans, a lot of Korean War vets still, a couple of World War II guys are still hanging on, Vietnam vets, bikers who do community work, charity work and stuff. So there's a lot of that on Staten Island. The North Shore kind of splits from the South Shore. There's a highway in between. Whatever black population you have is in the North Shore, very small. The rest of it is homeowners, conservatives, people like Democrats who bought property. That's what happened in
I don't know if you caught the Project Veritas. You caught that film of the commission, Democratic Commission?
Oh, of course. Oh, of course. Of course.
Now, also, aren't blogs like that kind of replacing the corporate-owned news? Aren't the corporate-owned news people finding themselves in deeper
we'll find out in 3
trouble?
weeks.
Well,
we'll find out in 3 weeks how powerful.
Well, if you saw the other day, they had the Google algorithm, right? Now everyone's hitting on Google. They want to read about WikiLeaks. Meanwhile, they're not getting served by.
Are you yourself feeling any pressure from your editors to censor?
Because they realize that as a born and bred guy on Staten Island, first of all, everybody in my newsroom hates Trump and is perfectly open about talking about it. And I have to remind my editors and say, just go sit in the middle of your own newsroom and listen. And you tell me if you think anybody here can cover a rally impartially besides like one or two of us. Anyway, we got to go.
What's your name?
Tom Wrobleski.
So I can look you up, read your article.
Absolutely.
All right, Tom.
I had a busy
you got my card, right? Pleasure.
Actually, you want to go on, it's silive.com. I just did a story the other day a big story about Trump, talking to some of his supporters on the island. You'll like it.
Thank you, sir.
SILive.com.
Yeah, go to my blog. You'll see yourself on YouTube.
Oh boy, here we go.
Look out. All right.
I was all off the record.
Yeah, great.